All right.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So, happy Friday. We just did an entire live stream that apparently wasn't live, but now
We're learning.
Now we're live. So, good morning. Welcome to episode 2 of Bite Size Friday. So, what we wanted to talk about today is really two things. First and foremost, we talk a lot about embedded retail. And which is this new channel that Byte Technology enables for retailers. And so we wanted to take time to define what exactly embedded retail is and why it should be something that every food company should really be thinking about. And then secondly, just walk through the consumer experience of shopping at one of these guys.
Ooh.
No, wrong way, there.
All
A
right.
Byte Technology store. So let's jump now. Since we just did 15 minutes of this, we know this, so we can get straight to it.
What is embedded retail? Let's start there.
Yes, embedded retail is it's basically changing the it's a shift in how we think about retail. Instead of thinking about brick and mortar or e-commerce or delivery, it's how do I actually take the store and the brand and the products and embed them where consumers are already spending time. So whether that be offices or universities or hospitals or apartments or gyms or hotels or airports, really rethinking, okay, for today's really busy consumer, what's their daily rhythms and where are they spending time outside of the home? We're at this point in time where the spend on food away from home has eclipsed spend on food at home for the first time in history. 60% of restaurant orders now are consumed off premise, and so there's this insatiable appetite, no pun intended, for convenient access to quality meals. And what better way to reach those consumers than if your product's already available when the moment hunger strikes, where they are. So
real quickly,
yes.
Just to summarize, the benefits of embedded retail are this convenience play. So you're potentially reaching new customers that don't have time to go to your restaurant or haven't downloaded
reducing your cost of acquisition.
Acquisition costs come down.
Retention costs come down because you're omnipresent. You're always there. And I'm not interrupting you, I promise. But embedded retail. So this is a store, right? Loaded with a bunch of products. This is Byte Technology headquarters in beautiful Marin County, and it's embedded in an office. So you have people spending 40 plus hours a week here, and when hunger strikes, they have immediate access to food. Like, tell your story that you told 15 minutes ago on the live stream that never was.
Yes.
About breakfast.
Yeah. So about a year ago, I was trying to remember the story as I was telling it last stream. But about a year ago, Megan and I were shopping at Costco up in Novato, and we ran into the founder of a tea company, a local tea company that was sampling for the customers at the Costco there. And we got to chatting, and one thing that was surprising is his highest volume grocery store was a Whole Foods that was just a couple blocks from the Google campus down in the South Bay. And the thinking there, the reason that it's such a high volume location is the Googlers are trying the product often for the first time on campus where it's free. It's 100% subsidized for the employees. And then on evenings and weekends when they're grocery shopping, they're buying those products. So this is an opportunity to, again, reach new customers, but also provide this kind of almost Costco style sampling where the products are often subsidized by the employer, which makes them a lot more accessible for the employee.
And even if they're not, you see your peers, as an employee, we see all the time, right? People are in meetings or at their desk or sitting at the communal table, and you see what they're eating, and you're naturally going to ask, hey, how is it? I haven't tried that. Or do you really like that new item that's just been introduced? And so there's a trust factor that's introduced when you already see your peers trying products that you haven't before. You're more apt to try them. And then when you see that in a Whole Foods, and this is really like a CPG example, you're more apt to buy if you really liked it. The other, I don't remember what I was going to say next. Any other points on embedded retail? The other piece I would say is that, particularly with offices, there's 200,000 offices in the U.S. alone with 50 to 200 employees. The vast majority see the value of having fresh meals on site. I don't think anyone disputes that. impact on productivity, on wellness, on culture of the office. But most offices can't afford to buy that food on an ongoing basis for their employees. It's really expensive. What Byte Technology enables retailers to do and offices to do is to affordably have fresh meals hitting any day part, right? Here we've got breakfast, we've got lunch, we've got items that can flex to dinner, snacks, drinks, but offering offices a really affordable way to bring fresh meals into the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's never been an option before.
How does this make people more productive?
Well, it's funny you asked. Well, I think we're a really prime example. We're in Marin County. We're in an office park where if you want to go out to eat, you literally have to get in a car and drive. And sometimes that makes sense. Or you have to order delivery, right? And with all the added fees that these platforms are adding up, that can get pretty costly pretty quickly, and you're still stuck waiting 45 minutes for food. So
don't have to leave the office.
Don't have to leave the office. Yeah, you're freeing up people's time. If they want to eat en route to a meeting or eat at their desk, it's one thing. Or if they want to eat with peers or take a walk, that time is now productively used by the individual.
And I'll just add, look at the type of food that you can stock in this fridge. Salads, there's no sodas, candy bars, chips in this fridge, which is great for, health, wellness, productivity. And, I'm not going to the McDonald's down the street to go get lunch.
We did remove peanut butter cups though from this fridge, and there was an uproar. There's actually a poem that was written about
it's on the wall, you're right.
Missing the peanut butter cups.
I used to buy them for a friend.
So. Right. So let's look at how a consumer actually shops. So this is a normal glass front fridge. It's outfitted with our technology, locked.
That's an important piece. When you walk up to the fridge, the door is locked, so you can't access the food.
There's a menu here, which is purely informational. This is basically the menu is created in real time based on what's in stock. So when our clients restock the fridge, that menu will automatically update based on what's actually in inventory in real time.
So I'm not scrolling through a bunch of products that aren't in the fridge.
Yes. Two big drivers here, value drivers here, in my opinion, for the consumer. First is the fact that for those who have dietary needs, gluten-free, dairy-free, etc., they can very easily filter to see what's in stock that meets those dietary needs. And then for clients, the pricing's digital. So pricing's on the menu. That means that it can be adjusted through our software. And that has, of course, benefits for clients that are using it to promote certain products or manage the impact of spoilage on the P&L. But it also allows offices to selectively subsidize that food. If they just want to dip their toe in the water with a 10% subsidy to bring the cost down for employees, if they want to get more advanced, do it based on time of day, support the graveyard shift, based on certain types of food to encourage better for you options. That's now an option, which is pretty cool.
Right.
So
I walk up to the fridge, the door's locked, like we mentioned. You can browse the menu if you'd like. You can see nutritional information, allergens, ingredients, the cost, most importantly, pictures of the products, but I don't need to interact with the menu at all. I simply walk up, swipe my credit card, open the door, and at this point I treat it.
Now it's a store. Now it's like you're at the grocery store and you can actually pick up products.
So I can look at a hint, put it back. I can put it back anywhere. It doesn't matter. I can take multiple things at the same time. I want this going out to tea.
And that's it. So I guess the beauty of this from a consumer perspective is it literally is swipe, grab, go. You swipe, open the door. At that point, you can interact with products. You can throw it in the back, put it on a different shelf. We don't really care. But once that door closed, we automatically know it was taken. And because Lee's shopped here before, we know his email address. We're going to send him a receipt. If he hasn't, he has the option to input a receipt to have that emailed to him.
I can even add a coupon code right there to get a discount on my product.
Yes. The other piece I want to point out is the flexibility of the Byte Technology platform. We, particularly with a release that's coming soon, we can basically support any type of product. Incredibly easy to onboard new products, varieties a key piece for offices. So the food's changing over time. There's not a massive onboarding process for products.
That's exciting.
It's very nimble and can basically support any type of food product, which is good news for our clients.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else to say about embedded retail or how the consumer experience works?
I'll just add that, and I was thinking about this on my drive in, because I'm going to grab a breakfast burrito right now, but we take this for granted. Most locations don't have a service like this for access to fresh food. So there is so much demand for this from employers. If you get one of these in your hands, make a couple phone calls and get this deployed and get a pilot in market.
Yeah, there's a lot of offices that would jump at the opportunity
to take this on. Good deal.
Excellent.
So next week, what are we talking about?
Big news next week. Be there, be square. Big news.
Yeah.
Can't say much quite yet, but we'll be sharing more next week. Cool. And have a beautiful Friday.
All right. Don't be good, guys. Be great.